What if the most overlooked move of the Toronto Blue Jays' entire offseason was not a massive nine-figure signing or a blockbuster trade, but instead a quiet minor league invitation extended to a 35-year-old left-hander that barely anyone is discussing? What if the pitcher the Arizona Diamondbacks were ready to move on from ends up being exactly the missing ingredient in Toronto's bullpen? Jays Nation, the story of Joe Mantiply is far more intelligent and far more significant than the headlines suggest, and today we're pulling apart every layer of it. Hello Jays Nation, and welcome to Blue Jays Report, your go-to destination for the latest Toronto Blue Jays updates. Today we're taking a closer look at the signing of veteran left-handed reliever Joe Mantiply. On the surface it appears to be a small, routine move, but once you examine the bullpen situation the Blue Jays are entering in 2026, the decision suddenly becomes much more intriguing. Could a pitcher with all-star credentials and a reputation for elite control become the quiet weapon that helps push Toronto back toward the World Series? Let's break it all down. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button now. We cover every Blue Jays development so you never miss an update. Here's what we know. The Blue Jays have officially brought Joe Mantiply back on a minor league contract that includes a non-roster invitation to Major League spring training. The important word here is back. Mantiply was already part of the organization after the Arizona Diamondbacks released him on June 1, 2025 following a difficult stretch in which he recorded a 15.83 ERA over just 9.2 innings in the majors. Toronto quietly picked him up during the summer. After 2 weeks rebuilding arm strength at the club's Florida facility, he was assigned to AAA Buffalo where he made 14 appearances and posted a 3.45 ERA across 15.2 innings. But the statistic that truly changes the conversation is this. Mantiply struck out 19 hitters without issuing a single walk. Not one free pass against 64 opposing batters at the AAA level. That kind of strikeout-to-walk ratio is not merely impressive, it borders on extraordinary for a mid-season bullpen tune-up. The Blue Jays clearly saw something worth keeping, which is why he's back in camp. The real question now is whether he can show enough this spring to earn a place on the Major League roster. To understand why this signing could matter, you need to look closely at the Blue Jays' current left-handed bullpen picture. It is far less settled than many fans realize. Eric Lauer, the veteran who helped stabilize the pitching staff in 2025 with a 3.18 ERA across 104.2 innings and a remarkable 102 to 26 strikeout-to-walk ratio, enters 2026 frustrated. He wants to remain a starter and recently lost an arbitration case, receiving $4.44 million rather than the $5.75 million he requested. After the season he delivered last year, he has openly admitted it is frustrating not to have a guaranteed spot in the rotation. With pitchers such as Dylan Cease, Kevin Gausman, Trey Yesavage, Jose Berrios, Cody Ponce, Shane Bieber and Max Scherzer ahead of him, Lauer is likely headed back to the bullpen. However, his role would probably be that of a long reliever rather than a high-leverage left-handed specialist. Then there is Ricky Tiedemann, the highly regarded 23-year-old prospect working his way back from Tommy John surgery. He was recently shut down with soreness in his left elbow. Although an MRI revealed no structural damage, any elbow concern for a pitcher returning from surgery inevitably creates uncertainty around his availability for the 2026 season. Mason Fluharty and Brendan Little round out the left-handed depth chart. Both have promising arms, but neither is widely viewed as a consistently precise strike thrower. That is where Mantiply's profile suddenly becomes interesting. His sinker averages just 88.4 miles per hour, but velocity has never been his identity. What he brings instead is exceptional command, subtle movement, and deception that keeps hitters off balance. Mantiply's career proves the concept can work. In 2021 he enjoyed a breakout season with a 3.40 ERA over 57 appearances. The following year he reached the All-Star game after posting a 2.85 ERA in 60 innings with 61 strikeouts and minimal walks. Historically, left-handed hitters have managed only a .231 average against him. When his command is sharp, he is exactly the type of specialist every competitive bullpen needs. Toronto's coaching staff has also shown a clear ability to revive command-focused veterans. Eric Lauer himself is a recent example, returning from Korea and quietly becoming one of the team's most dependable arms. The pitching development environment in Dunedin is built specifically for projects like Mantiply, experienced pitchers who thrive on precision rather than pure power. The path to the opening day roster is still narrow because Mantiply is not currently on the 40-man roster. He will need to outperform several competitors during spring training. Yet the opportunity could open quickly. If Tiedemann's elbow recovery extends beyond April, if Fluharty or Little struggle with command, or if Lauer's transition back to the bullpen proves rocky, Toronto could suddenly find itself needing a reliable left-handed strike thrower. Mantiply already understands the organization, the coaching staff, and the developmental system. That familiarity gives him a genuine advantage in a crowded spring competition. Pitchers with elite command do not remain overlooked forever. The Diamondbacks may have moved on from him, but Toronto's front office clearly believes there is still value in a pitcher capable of producing a 19-0 strikeout-to-walk run. Jays Nation, this is what smart roster construction looks like. The Blue Jays are not simply assembling a team, they are building layers of contingency and depth at every level. So what do you think? Does Joe Mantiply earn a spot on the opening day roster? Drop your prediction in the comments and let the discussion begin. And if you enjoyed today's breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Blue Jays Report, and turn on the notification bell. We bring you daily coverage of every move, every storyline, and every step on the Blue Jays' journey back to the top. See you in the next report. Baseball Fire.